my uncle, who'd been an alcoholic for most of his life, got incredibly sick. He ended up dying of lung and liver cancer as a consequence of his heavy smoking, heavy drinking. Now, for most of my life growing up, he was my favourite uncle because he had tattoos and he was cool, and you know, I'd go and see him in Leicester, where I'm originally from, and we'd hang out, and he was really, really smart. It was only the older I got, the more I realised that he had a massive problem, and I would never see him sober ever. I don't think I saw him sober in his entire life until very near the end, when he was, you know, he was really, really sick. He started drinking early because his dad, my granddad, had passed away when he was about 13 or 14, and he became a little bit of a reckless youth. He was a cool guy and had a lot of wasted potential because of how he chose to live his life, and it's really sad because he could have had a much more fulfilling life if he'd have chosen to just not drink as much as he chose to, because that's what his life revolved around. He was incredibly fond of his family and cared enormously about his family, and I think that's the thing that I always sort of look back on. I don't think he ever bought me a present, ever. I don't think he ever bought me a present for my birthday or anything like that. Don't care, because the attention that he lavished on me and my sister when we were younger, when he got to see us, was wonderful. The funeral was, the wake was at the place where he drank for most of his adult life. Because he'd been ill for quite some time as well, it was a very inevitable funeral. No one was surprised. You know, it wasn't a sudden thing. So there was definitely a lot of drinking at the funeral. It wasn't like anyone thought, well, this has contributed to our mate dying. Everyone sort of went, well, it's what he would have wanted, and it probably is. He would have wanted that, but no one seems to give it a consequence. It's not something I ever thought about even until now, but it is strange how much people drank at his funeral. I started drinking when I was 13, and I started merely because it seemed like a good idea at the time, which, as it turns out, wasn't the greatest decision. Him getting sick was the initial thing for me to go, right, I'm stopping. I remember my brain going, you'll be like that. You know, when you're a kid and you have either your dad or an uncle who will go, have some beer, just try a bit of that. And I remember I must have been about 8 or 9 years old, and I used to drink bitter all the time. And I remember him saying to me, do you want some of this? And I went, not really. And he went, let's have a little try of it. And I had a little try of it, and I hated it. And even when I drank, I never used to drink beer. I absolutely abhor the taste of it. I hate the smell of it and everything. And I went, no, I hate it. And he went, good, never drink.